According to the Sowetan newspaper, Gauteng has a shortage of environmental health inspectors. This comes as the province is battling cases of food poisoning, which has resulted in the deaths of children. The publication says there's one official tasked with assessing food sold to every 26,000 people in Johannesburg. Joburg's MMC for Public Safety, Mgcini, Tswaku, joins us now to take a look at this issue of food concerns in the province. Thank you very much for your time in this afternoon. What should we understand about the ecosystem of informal trading, especially when it comes to dealing with food?
No, thank you very much, Elizabeth. Look, I come probably, let's say, on the safety side. I'm actually reaching out now in terms of my MMC Nomoya on the economic developmental side in terms of the Spaza Shops, and also my colleague Enima Kofela, who is the MMC for health and social development, which they will give a proper perspective on the number of the environmental health inspectors that are there. But as a public safety, we are currently doing an investigation in terms working with the subs and also the family around, in Naledi, and we've learned yesterday also in Tsakane there is a case as well of the kids that they ate sweets, and they actually had the running stomach. So tomorrow we are convening some of the president or the chairperson of this association of the Spaza Shops that are owned by the Somalians and the Pakistanians and all of that. What we say to them as a public safety, we want to understand where is the distribution warehouses. Where are they getting this food? Because I alluded to them that I've seen some sweets that I don't understand where do they come from. They've got a funny name. And the question that we've asked is that are they approved, by the health inspectors and also by the food authority controls of actually SA. And then also we said we want to say where is the food coming from, how does it get distributed, who does the quality control in terms of that. And also we said because of the wide spread concern of the local content, the people in those communities, they also want to benefit. I said, what is their plan, or what is their view that the local communities can benefit in terms of actually that, in terms of that economy of the Spaza Shop. So we are meeting with them tomorrow in terms of, those who answer and answer these questions. And it also seems as if there's a lack of understanding of the bylaws of the country, because some of the comments that some of the individuals in the meeting had is that what is the environmental inspection? What is the building control inspection? What is the Fire Brigade Act or EMS inspection? And I was actually taken aback, because if you want to open any business in the country or in any place where you are, there be outside the country or wherever province that you are in, and wherever you are, you understand the laws that govern that business before you can actually open it up. So there is that gap that is there that we've seen in the meeting that we had. So we're going to be clarified by tomorrow.
All right. There's since been a video of yourself engaging some community members in Fortsburg that has been shared widely. Just put that into context for us.
Is that the one of the gentleman who alleged that he didn't want the inspectors to come into these areas? Is that the one? Because there were two of them in the West.
So there's one where there's a Pakistani national that you're speaking to that goes as far as talking about concerns about their children getting kidnapped because there's an extortion ring also that is happening.
Yes. So yesterday it was also a clarification on that to this day. We said to them we wanted to go and understand in terms of the video that he sent that actually went viral, to understand that is he saying that no law enforcement will come to Fortsburg area to go and do their work, or maybe JMPD to do its own bylaws and all that kind of stuff like that. But he did, he actually clarified himself, saying that no, he was not saying that. And then he apologized and said no, what he was actually saying is that they were alleging, it's just an allegation, but that he has actually put it out and says, no, most in the law enforcement agency, you've got the crime intelligence, that are there, that are sniffing and checking all the threats in the country. So some of these individuals, they actually know now what are the loopholes or what are the issues concerning them, because some of them alluding that, no, we might be operating illegally in terms of in the country. We don't have those papers, and maybe some of the licensing that they don't have, and also they are breaking some laws, like especially the bylaws. So what happens in that case? These individuals will want the ransom, and they collect as much as 100,000, even more every month. So if the business people don't agree, or they don't give them at the end of the month, those individuals work with the law enforcement officers. They were alleging that it serves. They work with SERPs, and also they work with the officials from the Home Affairs to go there and raid them and all of that. So we said that we're going to take that and contact the provincial commissioner and report that. But that's what exactly was saying. Even on the videos that I took, that's what he was saying, saying that there's an issue that these people have raised. And that's what they were saying. That they were saying that they don't want any of those people to come and collect money from actually them. They are willing to be arrested or go to jail because of non-compliances, or maybe not even having papers. They are prepared to go all the way and be arrested. So It looks as if this thing is happening widespread, not only there in Fortsburg and Mayfair. This thing is also happening at the Ennerdale. Many of the business people are being kidnapped. This kidnapping and asking for ransom, it has increased. We actually tell them, in the township, almost this thing of calling the 30% brigade or the construction mafia. But it's something similar like that. Before you operate here, you must pay me. It's the same now with the business people across the city, and especially in those areas. They kidnap them. They even kidnap their kids as well. So that's what he was saying in summary.
Right, so it would appear, if these allegations are true, that there's much more to this. But you touched on the point of distribution centers and wanting to know the distribution centers.
Yeah.
If you take a look at, for instance, in certain spaces, maybe you go to the township, what should we understand about the ecosystem there, right? So from a place where you would get ikota to a place where you would get amashwamshwam to a place where you would get anything, right? So because there's a mix. It's not just Pakistani nationals that are in the townships. What is the understanding of that? Because when you start to speak of regulation and you start to speak of health inspectors, there are places that have been selling amakota for so long, for eons, without having those structures in place. And so what is it that happened that we did not get a handle on it from the beginning? Because for a distribution center to be open, whether in somebody's yard or something, they would have needed to get permission or needed to have to rent there or buy that property or something. There must be paper trail. There must be something that tells that something happened here.
No, I think you actually got it spot on. That's what the guys have been saying. We just came into the scene, at this point right now. We've been even saying that there were quotas that have been sold, amagwinya, amashwamshwam, as you are saying. And I say that there should be a level of accountability of individuals. If I put my Spaza shop in your place, there must be accountability. There must have, the papers. So I think as a public safety, we must put this thing, we must highlight this thing and put it on the spotlight. We must look in terms of the operation, in terms of when you want to open a Spaza shop or you want to sell chips, which is happening at Kasi everywhere where you go, when you turn into a corner. Some of them were actually closing, to be honest with you, when we're doing these operations at night. We're closing even taverns as well, It seems as if there was no handle of that, to be honest with you. If I have a garage at home, I just open it up, So we are looking now in terms of, the proposals But we'll be in consultation with the public, with the MMC for public, for health and social development and economic development, because before you open up a business, I think you need to comply there. The inspectors must go and check if everything is all right and all of that. I think that is something really as a country we need to revisit and check in the township how these bylaws, we're actually enforcing. In the township, the enforcement of bylaws has been the whole challenge. I think I agree in terms of the lack of really, the human resource. The number of those environmental health that are there. But if you can just give us a bit of time, we're working on that. From now up until end of November, we are working on something, especially as a city and the public safety. We are going to be launching the crime busting unit, the crime prevention unit first, of which JMPD did not really have in the regions to fight crime. And also what people have been crying about is the implementation of the bylaws. Hence also with us now, the bylaw unit, they must decentralize it into regions, region A, B, C up to G. And then even in this month, we are launching the JMPD patrollers, about 600 of them. And one of the things we said that these patrollers must be able to assist us in terms as peace officers to enforce, the bylaws and all of that, working with the inspectors, the environmental health, and all of that. So we are want to, to do, the collaboration on actually that. I agree with you. I think that the ones of the inspections on opening up of businesses and shops and all of that, I think that it was not too much enforced. We see other shops really, when you come in the area, the place is dirty, but people are making chips and quotas and all of that. I think that as the community have raised it, something that we actually have to actually fix. Now that it is on our table, we need to make a change. But we welcome. I think in the next interviews we will have to say that how are we going to ensure that in the township specifically these things we actually enforce them. Especially, the bylaws and taverns and all those kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we're working on it, and then I think that we will come back and we'll be able to really report after we've done a multidisciplinary, the consultation, your environmental, your health and your health and social development and economic development. How are we going to ensure that we enforce these bylaws?
Yeah, because also, Dr. Tswaku, you'll find a lot is being said, more so in the lead up to 2024, about the township economy. And so what is the understanding of the township economy? Because some of these things have been going on for a very long time. Where do you even begin to now enforce laws, where your neighbor is selling a makoto, there's a car wash or whatever, and you want to come and you enforce laws? So kuningi, but all the best with your consultation. Thank you very much.
I think you are correct. I think what we do is that we don't close really. We help. I think that the approach of the public safety in the city is really not to close, but to help. Because most of the taverns that we've closed over the weekend, we've given numbers of the people specifically dedicated to help them to come back and ensure that their buildings are fine, everything is fine. So it's not like we want to close them completely, but you say, okay, this is how you can do it. Let's help you comply. So it's not a really bad close down and everything. No. It's not going to be like that. They'll be very humane. Even the guys who are doing, the car wash, because of the issues of water, we can look at the alternative waters that you produce. We're not going to tamper with really that. We really have to support our people. I think even the taverns we've closed, people have come through. We actually show them the emergency exits in terms they must do the map properly. We actually put them, we help them to really comply. It's the guys also it was the taverns. Also, because of the liquor licenses, but there we have to talk to the liquor board and how they are going to renew the license, all of that. But most of us, it was the issue of the emergency exit, because when you come into a tavern, it's only one way in, no way out. Then that is actually can be a whole hazard. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Mgcini. Tswaku is the Johannesburg MMC for Public Safety.